Hello traders, in this video you will learn how to prepare a range bar chart. I'll show you how to prepare such a chart. Range bars, this is a specific chart because the range bars have the same size. It means that every candle here has the same size and it's dependent on your decision what size you need to your strategy. I am using such a range bar chart to my scalping strategy. So if you are interested in this strategy, you can also find a description of it in the internet. But in this video, I'll focus only on or mainly on showing you how to prepare such a chart on your MetaTrader 4 platform. So to prepare a range bar chart, you will need an indicator, which based on data from a normal chart, for example with Japanese candles, will generate candles of equal size on another chart. And those equal size candles, I call them, many people call them range bars. So how it works? Here we have a different size Japanese candles. As you see, they have 5 pips, sometimes 10 pips, maybe 2 pips. It depends on what price has made in a time frame of 15 minutes in this case. Of course, it is possible to add this indicator to any time frame. It doesn't matter. This is a sample. The sample is showing a MetaTrader chart on 15 minutes time frame, and those are the 15 minutes candles. Data from this chart are calculated in this indicator, and they give us in the result a range bar chart. So in this indicator, in the setups, you choose what size of a range bar you need. In this case, I choose 5 pips, so every candle on the range bar chart has 5 pips, and they're generated from the normal chart. So this, we can call that it's working offline because it's taking data not from the net but from this chart here. So watch this short video and I'll show you step by step how to add this indicator and install range bars generator on your charts in MetaTrader 4. First thing you need to do is find your files which you download from the internet, and those are the files range bar scalp. This is a zipped file from the link which I will give you at the end of the video. After unzipping this file, you'll get such a list of indicators. So now you need to add those indicators to a proper catalogs folders of your MetaTrader 4. So this is our MetaTrader 4. You click on File, open Data folder, open MQL4, and open Indicators. Into these indicators folder, you need to add those two files. You just drag them on to this folder, and you will have them automatically added to the list of the indicators. Because I had already such, he asked me if I want to replace them. Okay, I replaced them. Then after adding those indicators to the indicators list, we need to go to the libraries and add this file here to the folder libraries. So you just drag it on and put it here. Because I already had it, he asked me if I want to replace it. Okay, I replaced it. So now I have a set of those things which I need to prepare a range bar chart. Okay, So I am closing now this. I'm closing this, and I'm opening the indicators list. As you see, it's already here. If you don't see it, because sometimes it can happen and it won't refresh itself, then you need just open with your left button of mouse and press refresh. So all the indicators are refreshed. And then no problem, you will have such a thing like this. Now the question is what indicator we want to use to set our range bar chart. We can use any instrument. We can use any instrument we wish and install this range bar indicator on it. So let's take for a sample new chart, and let's choose maybe a more dynamic pair, pound to New Zealand dollar. Okay, so we have this pound to New Zealand dollar file chart, and I like it on the black and white, so I choose from the properties colors, scheme, black on white, common. I don't use grid, maybe just show me the periods, scale, fix, okay. So this is we change it of course to candles and we make it bigger, and now we have a chart, typical naked chart of pound to New Zealand dollar. What we need to do to get a range bar chart, we have to pull this indicator onto the chart. Then we have such a window. We need to press allow, import the libraries. Here we can decide about the size of the range bars, which will be seen on the next chart here. And I usually use to my scalping strategy between 4 to 5 pips, but in case of this we can make even 3 pips. It depends on you, how much you need, what you need to your strategy. What we need to change here, this must be changed to true. Here is it depends on our decision. Here we decide how many bars we want to have generated. So let's say that I usually use 24,000. It means that I will have a longer history, so I can make some analysis on this. Of course, we need the file to refresh on history updates, so we also need to change it to true, and all the other things are false. Okay, so now we see that after we installed this generator of range bars, we have such information showing us that we will have 3 pips range bars generated on a chart GBP NZD pound to Kiwi on time frame M2. Now we need to find this time frame M2. What we need to do is go to File and Open Offline. Open Offline and we search for the pound to New Zealand dollar. So this is pound to New Zealand dollar, and you see here we have pound to New Zealand dollar M2. We click on this and open. Now we have this range bar chart here. What we need to do, I always prefer, as I mentioned, white, black on white, and no grid. show periods, and scale fig. That's, of course, those are things which you do how you wish. They are not important for the uh, for the chart so much. This the candles will be always the same as you wished. So now we can divide the picture for two parts. We can close the list of indicators here because we are not using them now. And here you can see we have two different charts. This is a chart, 1 hour chart. It doesn't matter what time frame you have here. On this chart, this range bar charts, you will always have the same chart. Why? Because every candle will have 3 pips here. How to show you the difference? Let's change it to 4-hour chart. So this is 4-hour chart, and you see nothing changed here. Nothing changed here because even if you have a candle here which has size of 190 pips, you will have on this something like this maybe. When it happened on the 11th of February. Let's see if we have 11th of February here. 11th of February, we are searching for it. No, I don't see. No, the history is from the 20th February. Why so many? Because we decided in the setups of this indicator that we will have 24,000 candles, and that's what it is. If I would write 50,000 candles, maybe it would reach the history much further back. Now I will show you what happens if we change the size of this range bars, because at the moment there are three pips. Okay, now I want to have 5 pips range bars. I choose from the indicator list this indicator and change this value to 5. Okay, okay, now look what happens here. This chart definitely has changed, and now every bar has 5 pips. Why I am using range bars? I am using range bars mainly to scalping. How I use it, you can check it in the description of my strategy, which I'll give you at the end of this film. But what you need to use it, you need to use here all those indicators which I have shown you. So if you want to use my scalping strategy, you need to add also other indicators which are added here, not only those, because those 3 are only for the range bar chart generating. But all other here, those are indicators which I'm using in my scalping strategy. And my scalping strategy chart looks like this. I add to this chart Bollinger Bands with this setups like here. I add this MACD to color with setups 12, 21, 1. Okay. And the third indicator which is needed in my strategy, those are supply and demand zones. This is this indicator where I change those things to a bit nicer colors. Okay, maybe this one. And now this is a chart which I'm using in scalping. How I'm using scalping you can check in the description of the strategy. Mainly it's done this way that when I see that the price is outside the Bollinger Bands, then I go short. If they are breaking below, I'm going long. Of course, there are some specific assumptions which need to be fulfilled, but everything is described in my strategy. So we came to the end of this video. Just at the end, I will show you that all the links to indicators I'm using in my scalping strategy you'll find on my face group in section Dargo Strategies. And when you click on this, you will get such a link. If you go to this link, you'll find all the indicators at the bottom of the description of the strategy, and you can download them and use them to the scalping strategy. So thank you for your attention, and I hope this video was helpful. When you open the link to the description of the strategy, you'll find such a pictures, describes, and at the end you'll find the link to the indicators. The password is Dargo 2020. Thank you very much. See you.